Hey guys, and welcome back to the Brogamer Auto House channel. Thanks for joining us. We are going to jump into the Horizon GT4 tune that I've got on here for drifting. I'm just showing that the wide body kit that I've got there, so you can have the same one as well. And the tune itself, we're going to jump into the screen here. So as you can see, the spring size and stiffness there, pretty standard. The front sway bar I always do lock all the way out. It gives me the best control, I feel. A little bit of toe up front and negative 4.2 degrees of camber. I usually do that between negative 4 and 5. Just depends on the feel of the drive and what you prefer, but that's kind of where I'm at. Caster on almost all my vehicles is locked all the way out. Ackerman angle is a big weird one that typically is between 50 and 70% for me. This one's at 61, so I do like how it rides with that. There's the rear side settings. Both the rims, front and rear, are 19-inch by 265 with a 30% profile. Those are great. I typically prefer a square setup. The control seems to be the best. Here with the rev limiter, you can see the power really drops off if you put that rev limiter all the way out, and that comes to be a struggle when you're in the middle of a drift and your power is kind of falling off at the top end. Here's my gearing. The gear ratio is at a 377. Anywhere between that and like a 4.5 would be probably pretty good, but this car, it works well. I go down and adjust 4th and 5th gear so that I can stay really close to the limiter or at the limiter while also driving, and I minimized my shift delay there as well. The front and rear axes I just kind of have set up so that it looks nice and clean and flush. Not necessarily for performance, but it could also help with performance. So we're going to hop out here and give it a test, and we'll see what you guys think. You can see I go 4th. I even jump into 5th gear on this entry. This particular car does not have a 6th gear, so you can see that in 5th gear I'm bouncing a little bit of limiter there, and it works out pretty well. Whenever I go in for a deeper angle, I'll drop down to 4th gear, maybe even 3rd gear if it's going pretty much backwards, because the cars tend to bog out if you stay in the same gear when you really flick it in backwards for something. As you can see, this drift setup is really smooth for just ripping around the track, and it stays at a good drift angle and everything. You don't have to have too much input for the steering, as long as you can kind of maintain a nice clean line, consistent throttle, and it really has worked out well for me. So if you guys have any questions, please comment, like, subscribe. I'm happy to make more videos like this, reviewing my tunes, give you guys a better idea of how people are setting up their cars in this game, because it can be frustrating sometimes not knowing really how to set them up to make them drive well. You can see there I kind of flicked it in backwards and dropped down to 3rd. Went back up to 4th and 5th pretty quickly. I'm going to do a little wall ride here to show you the kind of consistency that I can get out of it. A little tap, and smooth come out of there. A little handbrake pull out of the corner. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you have any suggestions.